He's a chartered project manager, certified management consultant, and a certified management specialist. Dr. Mshelia holds an honorary doctorate in business management with nearly a decade of expertise in real estate project management and business development. He has expanded Mshelia Group to branches in Yola, Kano, and Lagos, while pursuing international growth in the United States and the United Kingdom to elevate African housing on a global scale. Thank you very much for that clap. Thank you very much for that clap. Ladies and gentlemen, my own boss, architect, Dr. Umar Mshelia. Please, a round of applause for him, please.
Thank you very much. With these accolades he has read and all that he has said, I'm scared. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're good. I want to say Startup Abuja, then you say promoting startup and tech ecosystem in FCT. Startup Abuja. Promoting startups and tech. I wish I had the opportunity of learning like this before I started my business. Because some of the things I was able to implement was years after I've started my own business. But notwithstanding, you have the opportunity. You are in an age where opportunity abound. So I would advise that you use this opportunity to ensure that these things are not just words for you, but there are things you're intentional about implementing. A lot of us, when we talk about Africa or Nigeria, we don't seem to see something good in Nigeria or Africa. A lot of times people mistakenly or ignorantly put Africa in the context of poverty, crisis, as if nothing good would come out of this country. But I think at this age and time, we've gone beyond just waiting for opportunity, but we have to go out there to create the opportunity and solve our problem. So if we must be able to unlock opportunity in whatever we do, then we must go beyond just giving our experience the traditional method, but to be able to put it into context. And we are talking about the boom that AI is unveiling. I don't believe that AI is just starting up now. I believe that people have just found a better way of interacting with artificial intelligence. AI has transformed from just that alone, but to be able to solve the problem in a unique way that is tailored to the question you are asking him or what instruction you are giving AI to do. Technology is not just the ability to be able to understand how you can use this information or these resources or infrastructures that have been placed before us, but that the ability to be able to systematically make it to be able to solve a strategic problem. And every one of us here is being or earns based on the value we're able to contribute to the society. So in my business has been able to scale over the past 7 years because as I create a solution to a problem and I go to my user and try to implement that solution, I realize that I'm getting a feedback that will require me to innovate, to change my perspective in order for me to be able to give the value that the user truly requires. And if we must see these opportunities, then we must not be afraid of problems and challenges. We must be people who are intentional about asking why, how, and when. If you're developing a software that has to do with every user, the first question you will ask, this is the objective, this is the problem statement. What do you want to achieve? You get input from every user about how his interaction with that user. One of the most common mistakes I see most startups do is that they innovate, they solve the problem only them. They don't put themselves in the shoe of the user to be able to see if it really solves problem. And beyond that, even in the area of marketing and communicating your innovation to the user, how well have you been able to communicate it in a way that solves its problem? Because a lot of people have real problems that they are gearing towards solving. But one of the things they did not do adequately is to be able to understand how they can even pitch that idea to the user.
and the understanding of how the user perceives the problem is important in your ability to solve his problem strategically. Because if you're not able to solve his problem, you can sell a solution that has capacity to solve his problem, but he will not see it as that. And at the end of the day, you may not end up getting the value of money you're looking for. And because developing these systems will require time, energy, and resources, you will be frustrated. So a lot of people have real ideas, but because they don't know how to be able to communicate and transfer this value in a way that resonates with their client, they end up losing the business. And for some reasons, a lot of people get frustrated. And lastly, what are the challenges I'm experiencing in terms of driving that level of innovation? It's a new system. People find it very hard to adapt. That is one problem I'm having. The other problem I'm facing is that most of the young people who are very intelligent to be able to drive this innovation are these Gen Zs. They are very young, but they don't want you to trouble them. They are very intellectual and they are very smart. But how do you understand their cycle and be able to create a good working environment to make them stable? That is my challenge. I have been able to psychologically understand them, and I'm building a community in terms of working environment. Whether you are working remotely or you are internal, you must be able to stay with me, because IT is not something you just start and you keep changing people every day. So I am understanding that, and I'm understanding what are their needs from the HR perspective, to be able to accommodate their need, give them a good working environment, and ensure that they remain with me for long, because succession planning is key in whatever you are driving. Whosoever that is diligent in his work, he shall stand before kings and not mere men. Thank you very much, and God bless.